Have you ever wondered what the spring equinox, also known as Ostara, truly signifies? Well, let's unravel this fascinating tale together. Ostara originates from the old Germanic goddess Eostra, a deity symbolizing dawn and new beginnings. It's an integral part of the Wheel of the Year, a calendar followed by modern witches and pagans, comprising 8 sabbats or spiritual holidays. Ostara is one of these sabbats and rings in the arrival of spring. It's a day of perfect equilibrium, where darkness and light, night and day, are of equal length. This balance reflects in nature as dormant seeds begin to sprout and life stirs anew. The world is reborn in a splash of vibrant colors and fresh scents. It's a time to embrace change, to clear out the old and make room for the new. So, Ostara is not just the arrival of spring, but a celebration of balance and renewal. But why do we celebrate Ostara? What's the deeper meaning behind this spring equinox celebration? Ostara, also known as the spring equinox, is more than just a mark on the calendar. It's a celebration of the rebirth of the earth after the long cold winter. As the snow melts and the first buds of spring appear, we're reminded of the cycle of life and the promise of new beginnings. This festival is steeped in ancient symbolism. It's named after the Germanic goddess Eostra, who embodies dawn and new beginnings. She is often depicted with the hare, an animal associated with the moon and fertility. The hare's connection to the moon ties into the theme of balance that is central to Ostara, as the moon waxes and wanes, reflecting the balance of light and dark on the day of the equinox. The theme of balance, of equal day and night, is a reminder of the importance of harmony in our lives. It's a time to reflect on our own personal balance. Are we giving equal time to work and play, to others and ourselves, to our physical and spiritual needs? Ostara invites us to find equilibrium, to reset and renew our commitments to ourselves and our passions. Fertility is another key theme of Ostara. But it's not just about physical fertility. It's also about the fertility of our minds and spirits. It's about planting seeds of new ideas, new projects and new relationships, and nurturing them to grow in the coming months. And let's not forget the power of rebirth. Just as the earth is waking up from its winter slumber, we too can wake up to new possibilities, new dreams, and new adventures. It's a time to let go of the old and welcome the new with open arms and an open heart. Ostara, thus, is a time to celebrate renewal, rebirth, and balance in our lives. And it's a beautiful reminder that no matter how long the winter, spring always comes again, bringing with it the promise of new beginnings and fresh starts. So how can you partake in the celebration of Ostara? The magic of this equinox lies in its simplicity and the profound connection it fosters with nature and the cycle of life. One of the most traditional ways of celebrating Ostara is by planting seeds. This act is not only symbolic of the fertility and growth that spring brings, but it's also a way to physically engage with the earth and partake in the cycle of life. Whether you choose to plant a garden or simply a small pot of herbs, the act of nurturing something from a seed to a flourishing plant is a beautiful way to honor Ostara. Another popular tradition is the decorating of hard-boiled eggs. This is a nod to the fertility symbolism that eggs carry, representing the promise of new life. You can use natural dyes from vegetables and spices, or even paint them with symbols and patterns that resonate with you. These eggs can then be used in your Ostara rituals or as a vibrant centerpiece for your spring feast. Speaking of feasts, many people celebrate Ostara by preparing a meal with fresh spring foods. Think green vegetables, sprouts, fresh eggs, and honey. This is a wonderful way to embrace the season's bounty and share in its abundance with your loved ones. Some individuals prefer a quieter celebration, opting for a nature walk to observe the changes in the season. As you walk, notice the budding trees, the blooming flowers, and the chirping birds. This is nature's way of celebrating Ostara, and there's something incredibly soul-soothing about being a silent observer to this spectacle. And let's not forget, Ostara is a time for rituals too. These can be aimed at personal growth, prosperity, or simply expressing gratitude for the balance and renewal that spring brings. Celebrating Ostara can be as simple or as elaborate as you want. The key is to honor the arrival of spring and the balance it brings. Whether you choose to plant a seed, decorate an egg, prepare a feast, or simply take a walk in nature, remember, the essence of Ostara lies in celebrating life, growth, and the magic of new beginnings. Interested in setting up your very own Ostara altar at home? Let's dive into a world of springtime magic and renewal as we learn how to create a space that captures the essence of Ostara. First things first, there's no one-size-fits-all approach to setting up an Ostara altar. It's a deeply personal and creative process, and you have the freedom to choose elements that resonate with you and reflect the themes of Ostara: renewal, growth, and balance. Start with choosing a place for your altar. It could be a small table, a shelf, or even a windowsill. The key is to find a space that feels special and sacred to you. Now, let's talk about what to include on your altar. Seeds are a fantastic symbol of the potential for new growth. Consider scattering a few seeds on your altar, or perhaps plant some in a little pot as a living symbol of Ostara's energy. Flowers too are a must-have. They represent the blooming life all around us. Spring flowers like daffodils, tulips, or hyacinths are perfect choices. Their vibrant colors and intoxicating scents will fill your space with the spirit of spring. Crystals are another element you might want to include. Clear quartz for clarity, rose quartz for love, and citrine for joy are all aligned with the energy of Ostara. Symbols of fertility, like eggs or rabbits, are traditional elements of Ostara altars. They remind us of the abundant life that spring brings. Decorate a few eggs or include a rabbit figurine on your altar to honor these symbols of Ostara. Remember, each item on your altar is a visual and tactile representation of Ostara's themes. So take your time, be mindful, and enjoy the process of creating your own Ostara altar. Creating an Ostara altar is a personal and creative way to connect with the energy of the spring equinox and celebrate this time of renewal and balance.